Have you ever met someone who seems unshakable, a person whose calm is almost unnerving in any situation? They're like an enigma, a puzzle you can't quite solve. This kind of resilience and composure is often found in those who practice Stoicism, a philosophy that's as old as it is powerful. Stoic men, in particular, embody a set of traits that make them seemingly impervious to the chaos of the world around them, and more importantly, resistant to being controlled or swayed by others. So, what makes them tick? What are the underlying principles that fortify their minds against the usual tactics that influence most of us? Let's dive into the 10 reasons why you just can't control a Stoic man. The first is self-discipline. Self-discipline is a cornerstone in the life of a Stoic man, a fundamental trait that defines their approach to life and interaction with the world. Stoicism teaches the importance of mastering one's own actions, thoughts, and feelings, promoting a lifestyle where self-discipline is not just a practice, but a way of being. Stoic men often engage in rigorous routines and self-imposed challenges. This might involve waking up early, adhering to a strict exercise regimen, or practicing forms of mental discipline like meditation or journaling. Such habits are not just about physical or mental fitness, they are exercises in self-control. By consistently pushing their boundaries and setting high standards for themselves, they cultivate a profound sense of personal discipline. This self-discipline transcends into other areas of their lives, making them less vulnerable to external control or influence. When you have mastered the art of controlling your impulses, desires, and reactions, external attempts to sway or manipulate you become less effective. A Stoic man's ability to remain focused and undistracted by external stimuli is a direct result of this cultivated inner discipline. Moreover, self-discipline in Stoicism is also about emotional control. Stoic men learn to view events objectively, without letting their emotions dictate their reactions. This emotional discipline ensures that they are not easily provoked or manipulated by emotional appeals or stressful situations. They maintain a steady course, guided by reason and self-control, making them less likely to be influenced by others' opinions or actions. The self-discipline of a Stoic man acts as a shield, protecting them from being controlled by the ever-changing external environment. This disciplined approach to life enables them to maintain their autonomy and make decisions that align with their core values and principles. The second reason is focus on personal values. The Stoic philosophy places a significant emphasis on living in accordance with one's personal values, a principle that is deeply ingrained in the mindset of Stoic men. Stoicism teaches the importance of identifying and adhering to a set of core values that guide one's life. These values often revolve around virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. For a Stoic man, these aren't just abstract concepts. They are the bedrock of their daily decisions and actions. Living by a well-defined set of personal values offers a clear framework for making choices. When a Stoic man is faced with decisions, big or small, he evaluates them through the lens of his values. This process of constant alignment ensures that his actions and decisions are consistently rooted in his principles. This consistency is key to understanding why Stoic men are less swayable by others. A Stoic man's strong value system acts as a compass, guiding him in a world full of competing interests and perspectives. When someone tries to influence or sway a Stoic man, their attempts are weighed against this internal value system. If the proposed action or idea does not align with his values, it is unlikely to have an impact. This is not to say that Stoic men are inflexible, but rather that they are selective about the influences they allow to shape their decisions and behaviors. Moreover, this commitment to personal values fosters a sense of self-assurance and integrity. Stoic men are not easily swayed by popular opinion, trends, or peer pressure because they measure the worth of actions not by their popularity, but by how well they align with their values. This integrity is often visible in their consistency and reliability, traits that are admired and respected by others. In essence, the focus on personal values in Stoicism acts as a filter, allowing Stoic men to navigate life's complexities with clarity and purpose. By prioritizing their values over external influences, they maintain a strong sense of self and direction, making them less prone to being controlled or unduly influenced by others. Next, we have mindfulness and present moment awareness. Stoic mindfulness involves a continuous, conscious effort to remain fully aware of one's current experiences, thoughts, and feelings without judgment. This practice encourages Stoic men to observe their surroundings and their internal responses to these surroundings with clarity and objectivity. By doing so, they gain a profound understanding of their reactions and impulses, allowing them to respond to situations with intention rather than being driven by automatic reactions. Being grounded in the present moment equips Stoic men to resist external control in several ways. First, it provides a buffer against the overwhelming flood of stimuli and information that characterizes modern life. In a world where external influences are incessant and persuasive, being able to maintain focus on the present shields the mind from unnecessary distractions and pressures. Secondly, mindfulness enhances emotional intelligence. A Stoic man, through regular practice of mindfulness, becomes adept at recognizing and regulating his emotions. This emotional awareness and regulation are crucial in preventing external situations and people from dictating his emotional state. He is less likely to be swept away by anger, fear, or frustration, which are common tools used by others to exert control. Moreover, present moment awareness fosters a sense of inner peace and stability. Stoic men find a source of strength in their ability to remain anchored in the now, regardless of external chaos. This stability makes them less susceptible to manipulation or coercion, as their sense of self and decision-making process are not easily disrupted by external influences. In essence, the Stoic practice of mindfulness and present moment awareness creates a mental and emotional fortress. By continuously practicing this awareness, Stoic men develop the ability to remain centered and unmoved in the face of external attempts to control or influence them. Their mindfulness practice ensures that they act based on their own reasoned decisions, not as a reaction to external pressures or circumstances. Reason 4 is logical and rational thinking. The Stoic approach to logical and rational thinking is a fundamental aspect of their philosophy and lifestyle. Stoicism teaches its followers to approach life and its challenges with a mindset grounded in logic and reason. This rational approach is more than just a way of solving problems. It's a comprehensive method for perceiving and interacting with the world. For Stoic men, logical and rational thinking means evaluating situations, decisions, and actions through an objective lens. They strive to strip away biases, emotional reactions, and superficial appearances to get to the core truth of a matter. This involves a methodical assessment of facts, weighing pros and cons, and considering the potential consequences of different choices. By doing so, they aim to arrive at decisions that are not only beneficial in the immediate sense, but also aligned with their long-term goals and values. This Stoic approach to thinking makes them less susceptible to emotional or irrational persuasion for several reasons. First, it creates a mental habit of seeking evidence and reasoning in all arguments and claims. When faced with persuasive tactics that rely on emotional appeal or fallacious reasoning, a Stoic man's instinct is to dissect these arguments and look for logical consistency and factual accuracy. This critical thinking skill acts as a shield against being swayed by arguments that lack a rational basis. Furthermore, the Stoic practice of separating emotions from decision-making plays a significant role in their resistance to emotional persuasion. While Stoics do not disregard emotions, they do not allow emotions to be the primary driver of their decisions. This detachment means that attempts to influence them through emotional manipulation, such as playing on fears, guilt, or flattery, are less effective. They are more likely to remain unmoved by such tactics and stick to decisions made through reasoned judgment. Lastly, this rational approach fosters a sense of clarity and purpose. Stoic men, by habitually engaging in logical thinking, develop a clear understanding of what is within their control and what is not. This understanding helps them to focus their efforts and attention on actions that are meaningful and within their power to execute, rather than being distracted or misled by irrational or emotive influences. In summary, the Stoic practice of logical and rational thinking equips men with a critical and analytical mindset, making them less prone to being influenced by emotional or irrational persuasion. Their decisions and actions, rooted in reason and objective analysis, reflect a deep commitment to living a life guided by wisdom and practicality. Reason 5. Independence and autonomy. For Stoic men, independence isn't just about self-sufficiency in a material sense. It's about cultivating a mindset that values freedom from external dependencies and influences, whether these are emotional, social, or physical. Stoicism teaches that true independence comes from within. This means developing an internal locus of control, where one's happiness and peace of mind are not overly dependent on external circumstances or the actions of others. Stoic men strive to find contentment and fulfillment from their own actions and decisions, rather than seeking validation or approval from external sources. This inner-driven approach to life fosters a strong sense of autonomy, where they are in control of their responses and attitudes, regardless of the external situation. This emphasis on independence and autonomy has several implications for how Stoic men interact with the world around them. Firstly, it makes them less reliant on others for their emotional well-being. They do not easily succumb to peer pressure or societal expectations, as their sense of self-worth and direction comes from their adherence to Stoic principles and personal values. This reduces the leverage that others might have over them, whether in personal relationships, professional environments, or social settings. Furthermore, their autonomous nature makes them less susceptible to being controlled or manipulated. Stoic men are more likely to question and analyze the motives and intentions behind others' actions or advice. They are not quick to conform to others' opinions or desires, especially if these do not align with their principles and rational judgment. This critical approach to external influence serves as a safeguard against being unduly swayed or coerced. Additionally, the Stoic pursuit of independence involves a practical approach to life's challenges. Stoic men often develop skills and habits that enhance their self-reliance, such as problem-solving, emotional regulation, and resilience. By being capable of handling various situations on their own, they reduce their dependency on external assistance, further strengthening their autonomous stance. The Stoic value of independence and autonomy is about more than just self-reliance. It's about cultivating a mindset that values freedom from external control. This mindset enables Stoic men to live life on their own terms, guided by their reasoned judgment and principles, making them less prone to being influenced or controlled by others. Reason 6 is their resilience to adversity. This trait is particularly pronounced in Stoic men. Stoicism doesn't just teach the endurance of hardship, it advocates for a transformative approach to adversity, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth and strengthening of character. This perspective on hardship is fundamental to the Stoics' resilience. Stoic men learn to embrace adversity rather than avoiding or lamenting it. They understand that life is replete with challenges, and it is their response to these challenges that defines their character and strength. This mindset is cultivated through practices like reflecting on potential difficulties, mentally preparing for different scenarios, and focusing on what is within their control. By adopting this proactive approach, they develop a formidable resilience that allows them to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity and poise. This resilience plays a crucial role in how Stoic men are less prone to being controlled by others, especially in challenging situations. When faced with adversity, their default reaction is not to seek external rescue or blame circumstances, but to look inward for strength and solutions. This self-reliance makes them less vulnerable to external influences that might seek to exploit their difficulties for control or manipulation. Moreover, their resilient nature often means that Stoic men are less swayed by the immediate emotional tumult that accompanies challenging situations. Their training and philosophy equip them to maintain a level head, allowing them to make reasoned, logical decisions even under pressure. This capacity to remain composed and rational during crises further diminishes the ability of others to use such situations to exert control over them. Additionally, Stoic men view resilience not just as enduring adversity, but as a means to grow and improve. This growth-oriented mindset means that they often emerge from challenging situations stronger and more capable than before. This continuous personal development fortifies them against future attempts by others to control or dominate them, as they become increasingly self-sufficient and grounded in their values and capabilities. And finally, number 7, their minimalist lifestyle. The Stoic philosophy as a whole gravitates towards a minimalist lifestyle, which is a reflection of their core principles, valuing simplicity, self-sufficiency, and a focus on inner richness rather than external wealth. Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, and excessive reliance on material possessions can be a distraction from this pursuit. Stoic men, therefore, tend to adopt a minimalist approach, not just as a matter of practical living, but as a conscious choice to align their lives with their values. This minimalist lifestyle manifests in various ways. Stoic men often prioritize the essentials, focusing on what they need rather than accumulating excess. This approach extends beyond physical possessions to include their social interactions, commitments, and even thought processes, seeking quality and depth rather than quantity and superficiality. By reducing their material desires and dependencies, they cultivate a sense of contentment and peace that is not easily disturbed by external changes. This lack of attachment to material possessions fundamentally alters the way in which Stoic men can be influenced or controlled by others. In a world where material wealth and possessions are often used as leverage, be it in personal relationships, professional environments, or consumerist culture, their detachment poses a significant barrier to those who would use such means to exert influence. If a person's sense of worth and happiness is not tied to material possessions, then offering, withholding, or manipulating these possessions becomes an ineffective way to control them. Furthermore, this minimalist approach means that Stoic men are less burdened by the maintenance, worry, and distraction that often come with an abundance of possessions. They are free to focus their energy and resources on more meaningful pursuits, such as personal growth, relationships, and contributing to their community. This freedom enhances their autonomy and self-determination, making them less prone to being swayed by external pressures or seduced by materialistic incentives. Stoic men stand as exemplars of how a philosophy centered on self-mastery and rationality can lead to a life of autonomy and purposeful direction, less swayed by the shifting currents of external circumstances.